Today I'm sharing my super simple grain-free zero sugar granola recipe that changed my breakfast game forever. My name's Autumn. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's nutrition human performance. Now this recipe is actually from last year's 6-week summer meal plan. Each year I come out with a new meal plan with brand new recipes, so make sure you stay tuned for the one coming up this year. But I've been making this like nonstop. Look how delicious. Oh my gosh. I love putting this granola on top of my protein pancakes, on top of my Greek yogurt bowls, on my cottage cheese bowls, or even on top of my smoothies. Let me find the page. Okay, here it is. The cinnamon granola. So let's start grabbing the ingredients. But actually, first things first, we have to preheat the oven to 250 degrees. So it's a really low temperature because we're not looking to bake it. We're just looking to sort of like dehydrate it and make it crunchy. So good. All right, oven preheated, or it's going to be preheated. Now for the actual recipe. Oh. Let's not break things, Autumn. We got Miss Seiji here, who did not take a very long nap, so she's extra tired and still in her Christmas pajamas, even though a month and a half later. Ah! Okay, Sage, what else do we need? This, cinnamon, and salt. Okay. So as you can see, this recipe allows you to have different types of nuts depending on what your preferences are. Lately, I've personally been loving the mixture of pecans and walnuts, so I'm going to be using that combination. Also going to need one big baking sheet. So you just start by first aligning the baking sheet with parchment paper, which I'm gonna set her down, her little bouncy, so I can do that right now. All lined. Okay, the first major step is we're going to melt the coconut oil. You can also use ghee, but I like using coconut oil. We're gonna use about 2 tablespoons. Also, please don't judge my very dirty countertops right now. The life of a new mom didn't have time to wipe them down after last night's dinner. Okay, so this next step involves chopping all of the like nuts and coconut flakes here. So I'm doing about a 1/2 cup or so of walnuts, about 1.5 cup of coconut shreds, and then I'm going to do another 1/2 cup of pecans. But you also can totally use different combinations of nuts that you like. So you could do like a 1/2 cup of almonds with a 1/2 cup of cashews or whatever you want. Just make sure it adds up to about 1 cup, which this is totally more than 1 cup, which that's okay. I'm just gonna have more granola. So now I'm just going to chop these up. They don't need to be chopped up really fine. It's just you want it to be like little bits. So this is roughly the texture and shape that I'm looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to add all ingredients to a bowl. This is so I can toss it together and make sure all the flavors are evenly coated. So to add some flavor, I'm going to do about like a teaspoon or more-ish of cinnamon. You can add more or you can add less, or you can add different flavorings depending on what you like. So good. And then I'm just going to add in a pinch of salt, which helps to bring out those flavors a little better. And then I'm going to add in about a tablespoon or so of chia seeds. And then the melted coconut oil. And then I'm just going to give this a stir to make sure all the flavors and everything is evenly combined before I put it onto the baking sheet and then put it into the oven. Now the trick with this is to make sure that when you put it on the parchment paper on the baking sheet that you evenly spread it out. That way the granola is able to crisp up a little bit better. So we just put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, but you can go as high as about 45 minutes if you want. And then we'll pop it out and let it cool. Okay, I just pulled it out of the oven and it literally just smells like cinnamon rolls in here. It smells so good. Look at that. So good. I let it cool for a second and it's gotten like nice and a little bit crunchy. It smells so cinnamony, like cinnamon roll. Oh, okay, little taste test. So good. I actually think it tastes even better once it's totally cool and you keep it in the fridge. In fact, what I do is I keep the granola sealed in a jar in the fridge and it gets even more crunchy that way, and it's like the flavors infuse even more. So good. What I also love about this recipe is that it's very customizable. And do you like Sage's little canned turkey from Thanksgiving? Clearly we succeeded with that one. So I also like making a chocolate version of this. I use like cocoa powder and unsweetened chocolate chips instead of cinnamon. So it's really customizable and you can change the flavors depending on what you're feeling like. And the way you use this is you just top it on like your favorite yogurt bowl, like I've done with the 6-week summer meal plan. You can check out like this visual image right here, or you can put it on a cottage cheese bowl. Really any way that you would use granola, you would just use this instead. Now this granola was featured from my 6-week summer meal plan from last year, which was a limited release meal plan, no longer available, but I do have another one coming out really soon. I've been working on the recipe so much lately and it has so many, oh my gosh, like such good recipes. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So if you don't want to miss my next 2024 summer meal plan, make sure you subscribe to my weekly newsletter. It's free, and when you subscribe, you also get a download with 10 free recipes of mine. So I'll have the link down in the description below. It's the first link listed. Make sure you check that out so you can get those 10 free recipes, as well as notified when my next summer meal plan comes out with all of the amazing recipes just like this one. All right guys, I'm gonna go make a Greek yogurt bowl with my new granola right now, and I'll see you in my next video.